Welcome back, my fellow watchers of the multiverse, to another brand new what if scenario. What if events went differently in Spider-Man 2002? What if Sonic was in Spider-Man 2002? What if Dr. Eggman was in Spider-Man 2002? I mean, this is a highly requested what if, and I can't wait to dive into this. I can't believe that we're finally doing another Spider-Man and Sonic crossover after like nearly 2 years. We're finally doing another one, and we're diving right into Spider-Man 2002 and kind of seeing how these different characters and universes kind of intertwine. So this was a highly requested what if scenario and a crossover that people wanted for a very long time, and so my specialty is to deliver to you. So again, I really do appreciate all of your support, my fellow watchers, all of the watchers out there. I really appreciate all your support, especially these last couple weeks. It's been really phenomenal. I really love the engagement. It really means a lot to me, and I can't wait to dive into this video. But before I do, I would highly recommend that you guys become a YouTube member or a Patreon member, as it really keeps this channel alive and going, and not only that, but growing. It really helps this channel grow further, and we can do so many more videos, we can do so many more motion comic books with the funding. It really just goes a long way. And I can continue paying these amazing artists, and I do want to give a massive shout out to the artist that did this drawing. I'm not going to say his real name because, you know, for personal reasons, but I do personally know him, and he's done a bunch of sketches for a bunch of brand new videos that we have coming out within the next couple weeks, and all I can say is I was honestly amazed. I saw it firsthand, a lot of these sketches, and I'm very excited. But that being said, I'm not going to keep you waiting. Let's dive into the brand new episode. Disturbance in the city. The night sky over New York City was calm for once. No sirens, no explosions, just the usual hum of traffic below. Peter Parker swung between the skyscrapers, the wind rushing past his mask, the faint sounds of life in the city grounding him. A quiet night in New York, that's gotta be a first. He landed gracefully on a rooftop, crouching near the edge. His spider sense had been tingling for the past hour. Something was coming. Something big. And then, a blinding blue flash erupted from an alley below, followed by a sonic shockwave that shattered car windows. Peter barely had time to react before a blue blur tore through the streets, weaving between taxis and trucks at impossible speeds. He squinted. What the hell was that? With a quick flick of his web shooters, Spider-Man swung down, landing on a lamppost just in time to see something, or someone, skid to a stop in the middle of the street. It was a small blue creature. Spiky fur, red shoes, and big glowing green eyes that darted around in confusion. Okay, what? Peter muttered under his breath. Then, before he could react, the blue creature turned and locked eyes with him. For a moment, neither of them moved. Then the creature grinned. Oh man, you got powers too, huh? Nice. Peter's eyes widened beneath his mask. It talked. Before he could ask any questions, the creature, no, the Hedgehog, took off in a streak of blue. Oh no, you don't! Peter shot a web and swung after him. Sonic was fast, faster than anything Peter had ever seen. Even faster than Flash Thompson running from gym class. The Hedgehog zipped through the city, bouncing off walls, running up buildings, his speed bending the laws of physics. Spider-Man struggled to keep up, swinging in rapid succession, using every trick he knew. Dude, you gotta chill, Peter called out. Sonic glanced back mid-sprint, smirking. Sorry, Spidey, I don't do chill. Sonic suddenly curled into a spinning ball, rolling at blinding speed before launching himself off a taxi. Peter barely dodged as Sonic ricocheted off a street sign, then a fire escape, then a billboard. "Are you even trying to follow the laws of gravity?" Peter shouted. "Gravity, never met the guy." They zigzagged through Times Square, Sonic leaping off neon signs, Peter flipping over taxis. Then, Sonic skidded to a stop. Peter landed on a nearby streetlight, catching his breath. "Okay, hi. I'm Spider-Man. You are..." Sonic placed his hands on his hips. "Sonic the Hedgehog. Fastest thing alive." Peter crossed his arms. "Uh-huh. And you're in New York because..." Sonic's ears twitched. "That's a good question." Before either of them could continue, a massive explosion rocked the skyline. A hovering machine descended from the sky, its gleaming red paint reflecting the city lights. Sitting inside, stroking his curled mustache with a devious grin, Dr. Eggman. The hovercraft lowered, casting a red glow over the street. Eggman's eyes locked onto Sonic. "Ah, there you are, you little blue rat. I was wondering where you ran off to." Sonic groaned. "Oh, great. It's Baldy McNosehair. I was really hoping you'd stayed in the other dimension." Peter blinked. "Wait, who?" Eggman turned to study Spider-Man. His interest piqued. "And who might you be? Some kind of local insect problem?" Peter pointed at himself. "Dude, I literally just met this guy, and already I feel like I'm in the middle of a family drama." Eggman ignored him, pressing a button on his console. The hovercraft split apart, revealing an entire mechanical exosuit. Massive, robotic limbs unfolding, equipping themselves with glowing energy cannons. "Enough talk, I have a hedgehog to catch." The robotic arm shot forward, smashing through cars as Eggman attacked. Sonic dodged at the last second, flipping over the blasts. Peter webbed to a nearby building, dodging debris. "Okay, so now we've got giant murder robots? I miss the good old days when I just had to fight guys in Halloween costumes." Sonic zipped past Peter, giving him a thumbs up. "Hey, Webhead, you want to beat this guy? Try to keep up." And just like that, Sonic and Spider-Man charged into battle. The battle tore through the streets. Eggman's massive mechanical suits stomped through New York, launching missiles, energy blasts, and heat-seeking drones. Sonic darted between explosions, using his spin dash to tear through Eggman's defenses. Peter swung overhead, webbing up Eggman's weapons, pulling them off piece by piece. Eggman growled in frustration. "Useless. You're just a glorified pest, Spider-Man." Peter dodged a robotic fist. "Yeah, well, I hear that a lot." Sonic vaulted off Peter's web, spinning into a high-speed ball of energy, and slammed into Eggman's cockpit. The glass shattered, sparks flying. Eggman's hovercraft malfunctioned, spiraling out of control. "No, no, no, no." Wah! With a final explosion, Eggman's mech collapsed, sending him crashing through the pavement. Peter landed next to Sonic, panting. Sonic dusted himself off. "Man, that guy never learns." Eggman, coughing from the wreckage, glared up at them. "This isn't over, not by a long shot." He pressed a button on his wrist and teleported away. The battlefield fell silent. Peter turned to Sonic. "You've got some explaining to do." Sonic grinned. "You buy the chili dogs and I'll tell you everything." Peter sighed. "This is gonna be a long night." New York never sleeps, but tonight it was restless. The battle against Eggman's machines had left scars on the city. Crushed cars, broken glass, and craters in the pavement were all that remained of the destruction. Despite the damage, the Daily Bugle's morning edition twisted the story, as always. Who's the biggest menace Spider-Man or the Blue Devil? Strange creature spotted with wall crawler threat to our city. Peter Parker stood outside a newsstand, flipping through the paper, shaking his head. Great. First, I'm a menace. Now I'm running a daycare for interdimensional hedgehogs. Sonic, standing beside him in a hoodie and sunglasses, grinned. Whoa, the media hates you too. That's rough, buddy. Peter sighed. You have no idea. Elsewhere, inside Oscorp Tower, Norman Osborn stood in front of a massive holographic display, replaying security footage from Sonic's battle with Eggman. Sonic's speed, his energy, his ability to dodge every attack thrown at him. Norman watched, his sharp eyes unblinking. Extraordinary. He turned to Dr. Mendel Strom, one of Oscorp's lead scientists. This creature, what is it? Strom adjusted his glasses, looking over the data. Nothing on record, sir. No known species. No DNA match. Whatever it is, it's completely unique. Norman's smile widened. Then we'll make it Oscorp's. Strom hesitated. Sir, with all due respect, we're already on thin ice after the... Norman's face darkened. I built this company, Mendel. The board thinks they can take it away from me. They think I am obsolete. He clenched his fist. They want results. I'll give them something they'll never forget. His voice lowered. Capture the Hedgehog. I don't care what it takes. Peter led Sonic through Queens, keeping him hidden beneath an old hoodie. All right, rule number 1, keep a low profile. Sonic smirked. Dude, I'm a blue talking hedgehog, that's kinda hard. Peter sighed. Yeah, well, New York's weird, but not that weird. Try not to... Before he could finish, Sonic snatched a chili dog from a nearby food cart, stuffing it into his mouth in seconds. The vendor blinked. Hey kid, you gonna pay for that? Sonic swallowed. Peter pulled out a crumpled $5 bill, slapping it on the cart. Sorry, he's from out of town. The two walked off, Sonic still grinning. Okay, I like it here. Peter shook his head but couldn't help smiling. That night, the skies above New York trembled with a roar. A streak of green light soared between the buildings, a monstrous cackle echoing through the city. The Green Goblin had found his prey. Sonic and Peter were on a rooftop eating more chili dogs when the first pumpkin bomb exploded beside them. The blast sent them flying, Peter barely managing to catch Sonic with a web before crashing onto another rooftop. Goblin hovered above, his yellow eyes burning through the darkness. Well, 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 what do we have here? Sonic glared. Great, another nut job in a flying machine. Let me guess, evil scientist? Peter groaned. I wish. Meet the Green Goblin, and he is way worse than Eggman. Goblin's twisted grin widened. You flatter me, Spider-Man, but let's focus on the real prize. His eyes locked onto Sonic. You are something special, aren't you? Unique, powerful, unmatched. Sonic crossed his arms. Yeah, I get that a lot. Goblin's voice dropped. You don't belong here, but I could give you a purpose. Sonic's cocky expression faded. Goblin stretched out a clawed hand. Join me. Oscorp could make you more than just a rodent lost in a strange world. With my resources, your speed could be limitless. Sonic hesitated. For the first time since arriving, someone was offering him a real place here. Peter saw it. He stepped forward. Don't listen to him, Sonic. He's lying. Goblin's eyes flicked to Peter. You shut your mouth, Parker. The grown-ups are talking. Before Peter could react. Boom! Goblin hurled another bomb. Sonic dodged, barely escaping the explosion. But Peter, He wasn't so lucky. The blast sent him flying, his body slamming into a water tower. Sonic gasped, "Spidey!" Goblin lunged, metal claws reaching for Sonic. But something inside the Hedgehog snapped. His quills bristled with electricity. His eyes glowed. And for the first time in this world, Sonic tapped into the Speed Force. Everything slowed. The wind stilled. The city lights became streaks of color. And Sonic moved. He dodged Goblin's strike, running circles around him, the force ripping apart the rooftop. Then, with a sonic boom punch, he slammed into Goblin midair, sending him crashing into a billboard. Goblin groaned, his glider sparking. Impressive. He wiped blood from his mouth, his grin never fading. But this isn't over. He pressed a button on his gauntlet and vanished into the night. Sonic helped Peter to his feet. Dude, that guy was insane. What's his deal? Peter winced, rubbing his ribs. That's Norman Osborn, billionaire, madman, and now your biggest problem. Sonic's ears drooped. Great. And I thought Eggman was bad. Peter placed a hand on Sonic's shoulder. Hey, I won't let him take you. You're not alone in this. Sonic looked up. For the first time since arriving, he felt safe, but deep inside they both knew. This was far from over. Deep within Oscorp Tower, Norman Osborn stood in the center of his private lab, surrounded by dozens of monitors. Each screen displayed data on Sonic, analyzing every fragment of his speed, energy output, and biological makeup. Norman's hands clenched into fists. This creature, this thing, is beyond anything science has ever seen. A twisted grin spread across his face. And it will be mine. Behind him, the Green Goblin mask rested on the table. Norman hesitated, then his fingers traced the smooth metal. A voice whispered in his mind, "You know what must be done." Meanwhile, Peter and Sonic sat atop a rooftop near Queens, eating chili dogs, watching the city glow below. "So," Sonic said between bites, "you ever just sit back and enjoy the view?" Peter chuckled. "Yeah, but usually after I stop someone from getting thrown off a building." Sonic smirked. "Fair. This place is growing on me, you know? Feels like home." Peter nodded. Then, his spider sense went off. Sonic's ears twitched. "You feel that too?" Before Peter could answer, a portal of red energy tore through the sky. Both of them shot to their feet. The portal warped and twisted unnaturally, flickering in and out of existence, like reality itself was breaking apart. Out of the portal, a figure stumbled forward. It was Doctor Strange, but not the one Peter knew. This one looked older, tired. His cloak was tattered, and his face bore the weight of something Peter couldn't understand. "You two, you don't realize what's happening, do you?" Strange said, his voice low, urgent. Peter and Sonic exchanged a glance. We were just about to ask," Sonic quipped. Strange exhaled sharply. "There's been an incursion." Peter frowned. "An incursion?" Strange turned to Sonic. "Your universe, it's collapsing." Sonic's stomach dropped. What? Strange waved his hands, summoning a holographic projection of the multiverse. "Something went wrong. When you arrived here, it wasn't just some random accident. 2 universes have overlapped, and if it continues..." The projection shattered. "Both will be erased." Peter's breath caught in his throat. "You mean your world is gone?" Sonic's voice was barely above a whisper. I can't go back." Strange nodded solemnly. "I'm sorry." The realization hit Sonic like a freight train. Everything, his world, his friends, gone. He was stuck here, forever. Before the weight of it could fully sink in, a maniacal laugh echoed through the night. A pumpkin bomb dropped from the sky. Peter's eyes widened. Move! The explosion tore through the rooftop, sending them flying. And then, Green Goblin and Dr. Eggman descended from above. The streets of New York became a war zone. Eggman's robotic army marched through Manhattan, clashing with the police and military. Goblin soared above, cackling wildly, as he hurled bombs at anything in sight. Sonic and Peter landed in the wreckage, panting, battered. Okay, Sonic muttered, this just got a whole lot worse. Peter cracked his knuckles. Let's finish this. They rushed into battle. Spider-Man webbed through the chaos, taking down Eggman's machines one by one. Sonic blurred past enemy fire, using his speed to disable the robot horde. Goblin focused on Sonic, seeing him as the key to Oscorp's future. Eggman and Goblin argued mid-battle, their egos clashing. Goblin, you're a fool, Eggman. You don't understand the power at stake. Eggman, oh, I don't understand, please. You're nothing but an outdated relic with daddy issues. Goblin snarled and turned on Eggman, attacking him. Sonic smirked. Okay, I love it when villains fight each other. Peter sighed. Yeah, but they still gotta go down. Goblin saw his chance and struck. He lunged straight at Sonic. Sonic tried to dodge, but he wasn't fast enough. Goblin's razor-sharp gauntlet tore across Sonic's side. Sonic let out a sharp cry, collapsing. Peter's heart stopped. Sonic! Sonic struggled to stand. His hand clutched his side, blood staining his fur. Peter rushed to his side, helping him up. Stay down, Sonic, you're hurt. Sonic grinned weakly. Nah, I got one more trick left. His quills flickered with golden energy. Then he took off. At blinding speed, Sonic charged forward, dodging every bomb, every strike. He ran up a building, launching himself toward Goblin in midair. Goblin's eyes widened. Impossible. Sonic slammed into him at full force. A sonic boom erupted, shaking the entire city. Goblin's glider exploded on impact. He spiraled downward, screaming, and just like before, his own glider impaled him. His last breath was a whisper. Don't tell Harry. And then, he was gone. The battle was over. Eggman had escaped. Goblin was dead. But nothing felt like a victory. Sonic sat on the edge of the rooftop, staring at the skyline. Peter sat beside him. Neither spoke for a long time. Finally, Sonic broke the silence. Guess I'm stuck here, huh? Peter nodded. Yeah, but you're not alone. Sonic looked at him. For the first time, he truly smiled. Yeah, I guess I'm not. Far away in the depths of Oscorp's ruined lab, a monitor flickered to life. Data streamed across the screen. A file labeled "Dimensional Instability Detected." And then, a glitch. The screen flashed images. Different Spider-Men, different worlds, and finally, a voice. It's happening again.
And that is going to be it for What If Spider-Man 2002 and Sonic had teamed up. What if Sonic was in Spider-Man 2002? Now, this was a very interesting storyline, and I'm very glad to have, finally told this requested story. Honestly, I didn't know how this storyline was going to go. A lot of people requested me to do this particular storyline, so I thought, why not? Why not try and do it? But that being said, did it live up to your expectations? I know I'm going to probably get a lot of people asking me to do a part 2 and to probably do a part 3, but who knows? Maybe we will dive into that. I don't really know right now, but all I can really say is I really appreciate your support, my fellow watchers. We got a lot of brand new content coming out. We got a brand new podcast coming out, a part of the talk. It's going to be coming soon on this YouTube channel. and a couple other places as well, because it's not just my podcast, it's everybody's podcast who's, you know, kind of integrated into it. So it's going to be very interesting. We're kind of talking about just life itself, different topics. It's kind of not really within what I do here on the channel. It's going to kind of be its own thing. But again, I want to have it on the channel because it is myself, you know, being presented and just really talking about different things. So I'm very excited for that. And the first episode, I don't know when it's going to come out. I believe it's coming out March the 8th, or not the 8th, no, the 18th, something like that. So you're gonna see a lot more of me soon, a lot more of me in person as well. So that'll be kind of nice to kind of dive into that and really, you know, showcase that. But that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's episode. Do make sure to become a Patreon member, or if you want to become a YouTube member, I would highly recommend doing that because you do get a lot of behind the scenes content, and I am trying to convert a lot more people over because I personally believe that if we can get frequent funding for this channel, I think we can get a lot more interesting content. And, you know, I don't want to be an e-beggar. That's not what I want to do. If you want to become a member, that's totally up to you. If you don't want to and you just want to continue supporting, commenting, watching the videos, that's all that matters to me. So again, I really appreciate the support. Do make sure to subscribe, like, share, and turn those notifications on so you and your friends are all up to date with the latest content. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Take care and have a wonderful day. Peace out.